The TANG gang. TANG gang. What it is? What it is? Yeah. What up, TANG gang? Every time we go live, you know we do the damn thing. Yeah, we up in here like Muhammad Ali. We up in here. Yeah, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. But the problem is these Christians wanna come around with these apologies, these apologetics. But guess what? It's just bullshit. Yeah, I heard you, Pastor. I told him to take it back to the pulpit. Yeah, that's that bullshit. And if you wanna get it, come get it, man, yeah, cause we spit it, What? We spit it, What? Do you wanna do it, man? We get livid. Yeah, we get sick with it. Yeah, let's get it, Yeah, the TANG gang. TANG gang. Yeah, TANG gang. Y'all know what it is. Yeah, TANG gang. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. And a big shout out goes to all of our patrons, all of our YouTube members, and for everybody that shows up every time we go live. All of you are the rock stars of the Atheist Network group. Remember that. TANG gang. TANG gang. Oh, hey. What? Don't forget, what? Atheist Handbook to the Old Testament. Volumes 2 and 3 are coming out. What? Get ready. Oh, get ready. Yeah. Woo!
Check. There I am. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Atheist Network group. TANG gang, all my people. So this is probably going to be a little more of a somber or serious toned show, stream, episode than we're used to here, that I'm used to. And I don't really even know how to start, to be very, very honest. Well, I'll just say the last 72 hours for myself has been pretty brutal as far as mental health and trying to remain healthy, remain sane, keep my my screws and bolts and nuts all together in my brain. And last night I'm not even going to sugarcoat. Last night hit the proverbial wall, I guess. And if you struggle with bipolar, or you know someone that does, when mania hits, and there's not much you can do. If you're the other party, there's not much you can do to try to talk that person off of a ledge, so to speak, or calm them down. And you might help them make sense of a thing or two, but the overall gist is already, supplanted in their head, and they're now on a mission to try to remedy or fix the situation. And usually with, once somebody goes into mania or hits a manic episode, it's usually I mean, I've heard stories of friends, they get in their car and they just drive until they don't remember why they're driving anymore, and, for me, that's where I got last night. And I was literally packing my shit. It had nothing to do with, I love Mrs. Oz. I love my wife. I love my family. It has nothing to do with our relationship or my kids. It's 95% rooted in what's happened and transpired during my mom being in the hospital and her death, and now all of the other baggage and bullshit that I didn't realize that I had just crammed back in the back of my brain to hopefully, forget for forever, is now rearing its ugly head in a pretty nasty way. And it's really been, if I can be honest, it's been very relentless since my mom's funeral, the day of her funeral. And there's a lot to be talked about there, and I won't go into all that, right now. But there's a few things that I wanted to talk about tonight, and the reason I'm doing this. So, one, in the midst of my mania last night, I made a very, very brief post on Facebook, and I will tell you right now that I don't even remember what it said. I can tell you the gist of it. It was, I'm out of here, and I apologize for the train. I have my window open so I can stay cool in here, but essentially I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember, but I'm out of here. You guys take care of each other. That kind of thing. And it wasn't I was not suicidal, but I just felt like, you know what, and please, this is not woe is me or anything. I'm just sharing this because I know in me sharing this, I will help someone else, even if it's one other person. So I first and foremost want to do it for that reason. But first of all, I want to tell those that saw that, and I just within like the last hour or so, I turned my phone back on. I talked to Pasta Mike, I think at around 3 or 3:30 a.m., something like that, and he can correct me if I'm wrong. I saw him in here, but when we were done talking, I turned my phone off, and I literally just now turned it back on. I saw all of the notifications. So the first thing is that I want to say, and I know I don't owe apologies, but I love people, and I love my friends. I love my family. I love my wife. I'm sorry for any, concern, stress, anxiety, so on and so forth that caused, because obviously that was not my intent. Was not my intent, and I was mentally last night. I was gone. I was not Oz, and I know that. And then number two, even though I haven't got to go through all of them yet, for all of those that text message me on Facebook, Twitter, Skype, all of that. Thank you for those, even though I haven't got to read them yet. Like I said, I just literally turned my phone on about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours now, but I haven't opened up a single thing. And the reason why is, this is kind of going to be the reason why I even wanted to do this, because I wanted to say I'm sorry, and also thank you. but the shame that gets built into this only compounds it, only makes it worse. And that part of it is crippling. And that sucks. And it sucks. And for those that, whether it's bipolar or you deal with a higher level of depression, just know you're not the only one that has to fight that fight and battle those internal thoughts and notions that because you said something or did something or typed something, that the people that love you the most have now changed their mind. Because of that thing. But that's what bipolar does. That's what anxiety does. That's what depression does. Is it clings to those negative things. So just know if that's you, if that's ever you, at least remember this stream, this episode, whatever, and if I can ever be an ear to listen or a shoulder just to whether lean on or pound your forehead on, I get both of those. No, you have at least, I know there's many others, but you have at least one person in your corner that gets it and understands it, and I understand how hard it is to do that, and then face your peers, your loved ones, and they may have not even have thought a thing about it. They may not have changed one bit of how they view you or think of you or feel about you or anything like that. But internally, we don't see it that way. We see it as we've fucked these relationships up. We've fucked this up. We've fucked that up. And what I do know is once you come out the other side of it, those people are typically right there and gratefully, thankfully, there to love you even more and support you even more. So yeah, the shame of it is I think one of the most difficult parts of bipolar, especially the mania. Like I said, the mania, the manic, which is the same thing. They just have given it different words, but it is probably the most difficult part. I've always called it the, when there's a really difficult episode of mania, afterwards I feel like I have to go on an apology tour and apologize to everybody for everything that, I may have said or done or whatnot. And sometimes that hurts even worse than, what got me into that place in the first place. And then the other thing, I was trying to, my amazing wife forced me to get out of the house this evening, and which was a positive, a good thing. I definitely felt better. I felt a little more like myself after getting out, because I don't know how many days it had been that I didn't leave. I didn't want to leave. I think the other very difficult part is trying to put into words or describe or help people understand that don't deal with these issues, that don't have to fight this, trying to verbalize it. And then, like I told her on the car ride, out while we were going out, for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it only adds to my frustration, my disconnect, my inability, or perceived inability to connect, because I can't put to words what's going on in my head. And when my wife or my family or my friends ask, how are you feeling? What's going on? How are you? For me anyway, I would love to be able to tell you and give you a description that would be accurate and be pointed and be helpful for you to be able to help me and for me to be able to help you. But it's maddening. It's maddening because I can't do it. I don't know how to define what it is or what it is or what I am not feeling in that moment, that time span. And that maddens me. It almost enrages me because I want my wife to know. I want my friends to know how I feel and how they could help, or how I can help them to help me, to help us, to whatever. I want those words. I want to be able to describe it. But it's literally fucking possible to do it. And hold on. Get rid of your dumbass. Fuck you. So there's that part of it where it's, okay, I would love to be able to describe this to the people that I love and I know love me, and I can't. There's no way that I can do it, which just causes more, like I said, more frustration. But then when and this is just how this shit works. If you're not familiar with it, if you are, then when you start thinking about what you're thinking about and how to put words to what it is that you're thinking about, then it just piles on what you're already thinking about. And it just starts to pile on. And like I was telling Mrs. Oz on the way out to dinner tonight, it's like yesterday, it gets to the point where it's not just racing thoughts anymore. If you're familiar with bipolar and we're famous for the racing thoughts and the rapid thoughts. They're now swirling. It's yes, they're racing and they're swirling, and now it turns into a tornado in your brain, and now there's just no stopping it until it subsides, on its own. And the absolute hopeless feeling that you get when you realize that you don't get to stop it, and you can't stop it. That hopeless feeling is again crippling, and it takes so much out of you physically, mentally, and I think, again, I'm not the professional. I think that probably plays into the mania, the manic part, where it's the fight or flight. And you just fight and you fight and you fight and you fight and you fight. And, Mrs. Oswald attests, anybody who knows me will attest, I'm a goddamn fighter, and I fight and I fight and I fight and I fight. But you just get to the point where it's like, I don't know if I can keep fighting. So that's where, and I'm glad you brought this up, because maybe you need a psychologist. Don't be embarrassed if you need one. A lot of extra once you get one. Losing faith in God can be traumatic. And thank you for the super chat. And yes, definitely. At this point, I have a goddamn dream team of people, psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, doctors. I definitely don't go out of my way to not get help. Let's say that. And now the ADHD part of my brain, just forgot what I was going to say after that. 1 second. It's getting a bit dry. But thank you, Constellation. And no, that's good advice for anyone if they're not doing that already. But I didn't plan on coming here and taking a long time and making this a sob story or anything like that. And I know you guys are going to be like, no, this is not a sob story. Shut up. I get it. But really, this was more about, let me apologize to those that I may have caused any, like I said, worry, anxiety, anything like that from the bottom of my heart. I apologize. In that moment, my brain was in another galaxy, so to speak. But then also say thank you to all of those that have messaged, emailed, text, whatever. I appreciate it. I know Mrs. Oz appreciates it. And then just to throw a couple things out there for those that maybe don't or can't or wish not to talk about this, but need to know they have at least one advocate and one person that knows what it's like and knows how bad it just fucking sucks, man. It just fucking sucks. And that's just all there is to it. It fucking sucks. So, again, my apologies for last night or this early yesterday. See, that's what I'm saying. My timeline is so fucked up. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Whatever it was, I apologize. But thank you to everybody that has reached out to myself or Mrs. Oz. And I want to make sure I put this up here before we do go. Two things here. If you do need help, you need therapy, and you don't know where to go, start here. seculartherapyproject.org. They're fucking awesome. Go there. At least start there, and they can help you, even if you need to find something local. A lot of times they have something in their quote-unquote network that they can help you find. And then lastly, if I'll just kind of let this scroll the rest of time around here. If you or someone else you know that are struggling, definitely like make the phone call. Do what you have to do. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. It sucks. It sucks because we want to do it on our own. We want to feel like we're, we want to feel like we're strong enough. We can do it all by ourselves, right? But sometimes we need a helping hand. We need somebody to kind of nudge us along as we go. And I appreciate everybody that's been in the chat and the encouragement and everything, except for the one douchebag that I blocked. But last thing I'll say, and then I'll get off here and let you guys be about your evening. I would be 100% remiss and ignorant and stupid and dumb as fuck if I didn't take at least a couple moments to now I'm definitely gonna get my feels. Thank my beautiful wife, Mrs. Oz, and her absolute unwavering support for this crazy motherfucker. No matter what, she stands right beside me and roots me on, cheers me on. She loves me. She supports me. And she's everything in a wife that I never thought that I would have. And Mrs. Oz, I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate you. And I would not be here today if it wasn't for you. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And it's onward and upward from here. It's sucked lately, but we're going to fight through this. We're going to get through this, and we'll look back at this and see this as another mountain conquered, and another battle won, and we'll come out the other side better for it. So love y'all, and we'll see you tomorrow reading Ancient Sumerian.
Yeah. It's the TANG gang. Yeah, it's the TANG gang. TANG gang. It's the TANG gang. TANG gang. Yeah, it's the TANG gang. TANG gang. Yeah, it's the TANG gang. TANG gang. Yeah, it's the TANG gang. Yeah, it's the TANG gang. TANG gang. TANG gang. TANG gang. Yeah, it's the TANG gang. Yeah, I got an idea. Let's take these beliefs and bad ideas and let's stack them up. Stack them up and see if these people can back them up. And if not, this is what you can do, is just pack them up and go on your way. Cause you should have known, everybody at TANG, we don't play now. Yeah, we need that evidence. We need that evidence to make shit relevant. So what you saying? What you saying, man? Can you prove it? What you doing? Let's do it. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. TANG gang. 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 Y'all already know. Y'all already know. TANG gang.